In this video, we're going to talk about the $603,000 that I used in March in 2021 to generate some 2.6%. 2.6% in the month of March. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I was knocking down some $17,400 that we put on the table, paying the bills, living the good life. Hey, look, I know you're going to like this one, so stick around. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call car session video. I'm on the road. I want to talk covered calls. Well, hey, look, I am on the road. These are my unedited podcasts. I got my eyes on the road. Don't worry. We're going to talk about my March 2020 numbers, and I want to reflect over the past 5 years. Now, I'm not going to bore you. We're just going to talk briefly about the $603,000 that I used in the month of March while I'm selling premium. I want to clarify that because a lot of people are asking me, hey, John, I thought you only used $225,000. I'm going to clear that up. But with that said, I'm going to share with you a couple ideas for which you can up your game. The kind of trades I'm making right now, every single one of you with an account that can buy 100 shares, you can do it. Man, I'm like Chuck Hughes, man. I need a bottle of water right now. I'm sorry. If you ever watch Chuck Hughes, it isn't but a couple minutes into every video, man. It's like he starts hacking, and I'm like, somebody get Chuck a glass of water. I love it. Hey, look, I just love talking to you. That's why I want you to subscribe to my channel. It's right there and it's free. I come back every week, show you timely and relevant covered call trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. Now, if you bang that like button, it jacks me up to come back to do my next red hot cover call video. It really does excite me when I see all the likes, man. The little things in life, I know when you guys are hitting that like button, you like what I'm doing. So let's talk about that $603,000 amount of money I'm using in the month of March 2021. It is April 1st, 2021. This is not April Fool's. I just ran my monthly recap for my premium members. What I love to do in my total income tracker, I track all of my trades. You see them when I do videos where I'm behind the mic and I'll show you my total income tracker. It's for free, and you can go up to cptdashboard.com, get your very own copy, start tracking your trades. You have to keep the numbers in front of you. You have to know when you're profitable and not if you're going to do this like I do, making multiple trades with the same stock. So what I do is I capture a lot of upfront data. So every time I make a trade, I'm able to capture all that data on the front side. I'm able to give my opinion on the trade, what my expectations are. I take that data, copy it into some templates for emails, and I send it out to my members. They get an email every time I make a trade. With the new upgraded CTP Dashboard phone app, yeah, I got a phone app. They see it in real time. There's no me posting to the blog site, then sending the email. As soon as I capture the data, it gets dropped into the phone app. You get to see it. And then, of course, the phone app gives you the link for which you can go see the trade. So, look, if you want to become a member of what we're doing to see all this, get ideas, up your game, go to my website, cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard. If any of that interests you, we'd love to welcome you aboard. Got a 1 free month offer there. Absolutely, everybody loves that 1 free month offer. Now, March 2021, we're going to get to the 603 because that's the clickbait on the ARC, but it's fact. March 2021 represents where I'm at as a trader. Now I'm going to give you some motivation and inspiration here. So give me a little bit of runway here. 2021, March 2021, I closed my books, selling premium only, my selling premium portfolio. I made over $17,400. Now, let's compare and contrast that with last year. Now, last year was when COVID hit the States. And if you remember, there's a video for which I did my March 2020 results. I get these questions all the time. They're like, oh yeah, you making all this money. How much did you make in March 2020? Well, I showed you what I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was in shock like everybody else, but I stepped up. I had to make a decision. Was I going to sit in the fetal position and watch my selling premium portfolio go in the tank, hoping that it came back? Hell, we didn't know anything in March 2020. What I knew was I needed to do what I do best, and that's what I did. Sold a lot of cash secure puts, even wrote covered calls. I ended up making $1,500 in the month of March. A lot of people out there on YouTube, they don't show you their March 2020 numbers because they were found themselves in a bad spot. Hey, I found myself in a bad spot too, but part of this channel is showing you and sharing with you how we learn from this. I want you to see an active, successful trader and how I get out of these problems. A lot of people say, hey, John, I wouldn't do that trade. You're crazy. You're nuts, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it's not about what you think of my trades. Watching the trade, the mindset, hearing my explanation. That is what ups your game. Okay? That's why I do this. I don't come here and just talk about ABC stock that I found on Wikipedia and I'm going to give you all the fundamentals and blah 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 and make that YouTube money. No, man, I got so many spinning plates. I love YouTube. I've told you I make about $500-600 doing the videos I do. This is not my job. I don't have an office with people, no editing. This is me just sharing my stories with you so you can have a path to success. Okay? That's why I do this. Now, with that said, March 2021, $17,400. March 2020, it was $1,500. That was the rib kick the world felt. And if you made money, hey, my hat is off to you. I had to work. I had to bust my ass to make sure I made a profit because I was down seriously. But what I take away from March 2020, it was my attitude. Forget the money. We were going to recover regardless, in my opinion. But it was the attitude. It was the attitude. For me, it was about staying the course, being focused, having trust in the process. Right? It's one thing to have trust in the process when you're knocking it down, printing that money. But when you're faced with adversity, you begin to question yourself. And hey, I didn't question myself. I questioned the markets, the global markets. I had never lived through a pandemic where I go to work. I was deemed essential in the 9 to 5, and I'm driving. There's nobody on the streets. It is a ghost town. Man, I'm thinking to myself, Wall Street is gonna crash. There's nobody making money. This has only begun. Now, with that said, I got about 4 or 5 trusted friends, Jerry being one of them. I called him up. What do you think? Every single one of them came back to me. I couldn't believe it. They're like, this is a buying opportunity. Buy. Buy low, sell high. I couldn't wrap my head around it. So after about a good week, I decided we are going to dance with who brought us to the dance. All right? And that's what I did. I went back to my fundamentals of what I do, selling premium. We were not going to change that. That's the best thing I ever did. Because coming out of March 2020 with all the volatility, that allowed me to have record-breaking months. I'm on the road here. I don't have my numbers, but I think June and July, I made something like 17 and 18 grand, blowing away expectations. And then, of course, November, I made 22,000. This is selling premium. This isn't me buying and holding, buying NVIDIA 150 and then selling it at 550. That isn't what we do here. I have a buy and hold portfolio, but this is selling premium. Those results I show you on my total income tracker are closed selling premium trades. Buy the stock, write the covered call, play with it a little bit. Hey, at the end of the day, selling premium. When the shares are sold, it's over. I move on. So, 2019, 2018, 2017 were pretty good. I mean, 2017, that's 1 year after I started for the most part. Actually, it wasn't 1 year. I started in August of 2016. By March of 2017, I'm already making $5 grand a month. Now, again, every year is a different year. March of 2017 is not March of 2020, so on and so forth. But what I'll tell you is this, reflecting on what I do now, I do the $1,000 a week challenges. Love doing that, because if anything, I motivate you to do these weekly trades. I know for a lot of you, you get bored with it. I told this story years ago, and it is absolutely true. I remember talking to a friend that was selling premium. He was making 45 grand a year. And I asked him, this is many years later, I said, hey, are you still selling premium? You know, I'm excited. I want to learn. He said, nah, I got bored with it. And for me, I couldn't understand it. Making money, how you get bored with it? I get it. It's easy to get bored. That's why I do challenges, because I want to jack you up, because I want you to stay in the game. Because when you stay in the game, you get more experience, and then this becomes so automatic, you'll do it. I tell a lot of the people I'm coaching right now, selling premium, once you learn it, is going to be like, let's say I gave you $1 million. Okay? I gave you $1 million, but I said, hey, look, the only way you can get that money out, that $1 million out, is with this ATM card. Now, you know, most ATMs have a limit. So to get that $1 million out, you would go back to that ATM every single day till you got that $1 million out. And trust me, that's going to be a long road to hoe, but you're going to do it. In fact, it would become part of your life. You'd feel like if you didn't do it, you missed an opportunity. That is what's selling premium. That is the essence of selling premium. Not about the money, success. It's when you know every single month you can turn over your investments that you're using to sell premium to make income, real money on the table. That's when you're in the game. That's when you hit that level. And for me, that's where I'm at. I mean, hey, I say I'm the best cover call writer on YouTube. I say that in jest because, look, there ain't nobody out there on YouTube showing you what they do, their money, their trades, and they definitely ain't throwing around 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares. And in fact, I'm hearing from a lot of my YouTube subscribers that a lot of these gurus, man, they're not showing their portfolios right now with the recent sell-off in the NASDAQ. Hey, look, man, I could care less. If I show you my trades, I win or lose, does not matter. You have to understand, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do what I do. What I want you to do is watch the video. Understand what I'm doing, the mindset. Why did he do that? Why did he do this? Look, I try to bring it straight talk style. I got over damn near 300 videos on the channel. It's all about repetition, right? I ain't bringing you new ideas that are just blowing your mind. I'm talking to you about trades that you've probably heard me talk about over the past 5 years of this channel. Because it's that repetition, man. It's that repetition. And every single trade offers a different opportunity to learn. So, with that said, get your financial education, get your experience, because once you do your first trade, it feels different. I've told this story for years. It feels different. Now you're in it. You have that built-in patience. Unlike day traders, swing traders, ain't no patience there. I did it. I was a failure. But with covered call writing, cash secure put selling, you have a built-in patience. For the most part, you'll see stocks go up and down during your contract. And you'll say, damn, man, DraftKings is down $10. Being a swing trader, day trader, you'd have sold out of that. You'd probably be losing money. But because I'm in the trade for 30 days, then I see DraftKings rally, and now it's plus $10. So the built-in patience thing is the one thing that nobody talks about, that, to be honest with you, is one of the biggest benefits in the stock market. You build that patience. Got the sun in my eyes here. All right, let's get to it now. I'm not going to bore you much here, but I am going to tell you. So I use about $225,000. Now this year, arguably, I've thrown in a little extra coin here and there, but the reality is, because I'm getting more comfortable in what I'm doing, I'm able to fling 2,000 shares of Rocket Mortgage because I'm so confident in what I'm doing. By the way, I let all my members know that. You need to be a member. 1 free month offer. Go do it. So with $225,000, I have a basket of stocks. Now I'll use that basket of stocks throughout the month. And probably about 3, 4, 5 months ago, I had a member say, hey, look, on your monthly recap email, could you show how much money you used for that investment? Right? That particular trade. And that's great that person said that, because now I can assess how much money I'm using for a particular trade with regards to diversification amongst my selling premium portfolio. I think that's what they want. Personally, if I were reading it, I tell you how many shares, I tell you all that information, but they wanted the total value. So I was able to capture that data easily. And then what I do then is I put that number at the top of the monthly wrap-up, monthly recap, just to give a flavor as to how much I'm turning over. A $225,000 portfolio, selling premium portfolio, is getting turned over damn near 3 times. Think of that for a second. You gotta grasp that for a second. A buy and hold investor will take $225,000 at the end of the month. It is what it is. I am turning over my $225,000 portfolio, the selling premium portfolio, 3 times. Generating, now it turns out, using $603,000, I think I generated, this off the top, 2.6% cash on cash. Just the other day I was watching a documentary on Bernie Madoff. Remember Bernie Madoff? Ponzi scheme, all that shit. You know what got Bernie Madoff in trouble? I don't know if you know this. Of course, 2008 market crash, everybody wanted their money. He couldn't cover it. He admitted all that shit. But what got Bernie Madoff in trouble was he was cooking the books so good that when some competing hedge fund guy was selling this French dude who had about $500 million with Bernie Madoff, he's talking to him. He's trying to get his business. The deal with Bernie Madoff is you could not reveal Bernie Madoff's name or else you were kicked out of the club. So he nobody ever talked about Bernie Madoff. But the guy was able to obtain his statements. And what he realized was Bernie Madoff, this this secretive investor was knocking down just 1% a month. Could you imagine that? Just 1% a month brought down the entire Bernie Madoff scandal. Because that started with a huge poking wet crap from that competing hedge fund. They could not believe Bernie Madoff could consistently make 1% a month. So I sit back, I was talking to my wife, I was sitting back saying, do you know March was 2%? February was 2%. I think in January I made 1%. But selling premium offers us the ability to make, for a 30-day trade, 3% cash on cash. You buy the stock, you place the trade, 30 days later you either get your cash or the money is, or you keep the shares, reboot, new trade, 3% in the bag if you do it right. Okay? So for me, I look at it like Bernie Madoff, dude, you got to step your game up. I made 2.64% in the month of March. I absolutely love selling premium. So that's why my $603,000 is shocking in the sense that I'm using that much money. But I am using a $225,000 portfolio, turning it over because I'm doing all these weeklies. I'm doing bi-weeklies, or pardon me, every 2-week trades, right? Just DraftKings alone during the month, I did 5 trades. And of course, each trade was 1,000 shares. I did one trade that had 1,500 shares. So the stock was trading for $70. That's 700,000 a clip. Pardon me, 70,000 a clip. If you do 5 trades, do the math. Right there, using DraftKings, that's 350 grand I'm using. Now, I don't have 350 grand in DraftKings. I'm turning over the 70 grand week after week after week. So what I'm going to do is leave you with this. I told you in the beginning I was going to leave you with a trade that you can absolutely do. And I know it sounds like absolutely sounds like a broken record. But what we want to do is this. We always want to find those great stocks that are beating Wall Street. Earnings just popping, right? We want to find those great stocks. I'd love to have them have dividends, but you can't all the time. Rocket Mortgage. I just had my second 2,000 share cash secure put. I think I'm going to take that off the board today. I think it comes due tomorrow, but I think I could buy that option back for 1 penny today because it's not going to finish at $21.50. But I want to take it off the board today. I'm going to write another 30-day cash secure put. Hell, I might even use the same $21.50 strike. And I'm just going to let it ride. Rocket Mortgage blew away earnings. They got caught up in the Reddit thing, which moved the stock to 40, but then it came back, and it came back right where I told you it would. Remember when I first did my cash secure put at 19? Remember that? I was in Bend walking. Told you that its range was 23 to 1950. I was going to play that 19 strike because I believe it will never trade at 19. Well, it didn't. Rallied higher, came back to 27 after the Reddit crowd left. I told you the new range was 23, 27. I don't think it's traded below 23. Now, it's not much over 23 now, but this is the time. This is the time, and this is what I hope to do. We sell the cash secure put now at the low. Wall Street comes back in it because it has value. They run it up. I'm able to buy back that option. We do it again. So keep an eye on Rocket Mortgage. And I'll tell you another one I'm watching right now. I'm actually in GoodRx at 49. Whew. It's trading at 39. But I believe GoodRx is one of those great companies. I believe the stock now trades between 49 and 39. We just have to get there. And GoodRx is another one. Pays decent. They have a good business. And here is the hook with GoodRx. This is what I believe. I'm not telling you to do any of this. I'm just letting you see the world through John's eyes. See, as we get away from the COVID pandemic, what's going to happen is this. More and more people won't be wearing the masks. And when you don't wear masks, people get sick. And they're going to have to go back to the pharmacies. 2020, people are looking around saying, hey, where's the flu? Well, when you're wearing masks, so not that many people got sick. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this. I think 2021, GoodRx is, not going to be popping. But I think it trades between 39 and 49, maybe 45. But we're just going to write those 30-day out of the money covered call strikes to get those little crumbs to get us back in the game. But when we get past this, 2022, if we're not wearing masks, it could be a good time for GoodRx, because people got to go back and get those drugs for the flu, they're sick, so on and so forth. Now, I hate to try to profit off of people getting sick. I'm just talking to you about GoodRx's business. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it right there. 1 free month offer over at my website, cptdashboard.com. Hey, look, you want to be a part of a like-minded community. This like-minded community. This is the kind of stuff I share with all my members, always trying to up their game. You're putting real money in the game. I want to make sure I give you an upgraded experience that nobody on the web is giving their members. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.